So this video is for number 3, the holes. We are in activity 5.5, CAD Model Features, part 1. The holes are a circle pattern of the point or center mark on a solid feature. And once we do that, then we'll use the hole tool multiple times to go in and get it set up. The hardest part is kind of looking at this and understanding it. There's a lot of new symbols here, which will be explained a little bit later. But the most important part is right here in the side view, we can see the extrusion distance, and it's kind of hard to find, but right here, this number 4 is the diameter for the entire circle. So the first thing we're going to do is create a sketch and extrude the profile using the appropriate dimensions. Okay, and then it talks about how the hole function requires a center for each hole. We can do that in a sketch, and then we're going to use the circle pattern to go around. You can see right here, the 1.25 is the distance from the center to the point. In the circle, right here, they're showing the diameter is 2.5. If you want to draw a circle and then place the dot there, you can do that, but it's just as easy to place the point on the straight up. So I'm going to draw my circle first. It was a 4-inch, and we're extruding 1.5. And I like to get my solid part done first before I come back later and use the a second sketch to make the center marks. And pay attention over on the view window, you can see that I wasn't straight up. And so if I tried to use my vertical tool as I was going this way, you might see that when I go to hover over things like horizontal, looks vertical. It's kind of hard to see the vertical because I'm already straight up and down. There's my vertical constraint. 1.25 is my dimension. That's good. Circle. First thing we got to do is the geometry. It's already selected. Okay, it's blue. The inside is filled red, meaning we haven't clicked on it yet. Now it's filled white because we've clicked on something. Come to the axis, the red arrow, not the red and black. Red arrow, click on your center point. You can see we have 6 marks. We only need 5, and we're going around a full 360. Once you've done that, you'll have all of your marks. The dimensions are given for all of the things except for this last hole, which is a clearance hole. But this first one is 0.25 through. So let's finish our sketch. Use the hole tool. Be careful with the hole tool. If you don't have one selected, it's going to click on all of them. So I like to have one selected. And then when I do that, there's a shortcut right here for create hole, or you can come back up. And now only that one is selected. 0.25. If it says the distance, then you come down, switch this to through all, and hit OK. But you notice all of my stuff disappears. So when we come back to read the directions, this part right here talks about sharing the sketch. Okay, we have to go to share the sketch, expand the model tree, click on the plus sign to the left of hole 1 in the browser. When you see sketch 2 in gray, right click on it and select share sketch. So we don't have a plus sign, we got the little triangle thing. Right click, share sketch. And now all of my sketches are visible, so I can click on my next hole, go to hole, and I'm going to continue down. The through hole, you can use the Inventor 2018 menu. Okay, the menus are a little bit different. This next one's a counter bore, coming all the way around. The tapped hole is a little bit different. Instead of clicking on, let's just go through. Counter bore, instead of having the top button selected, we're going to select this one. Brings up a couple more things we need to fill in. The counter sink, very similar to the counter bore. It's going to be more of a triangle shape instead of a square rectangular shape. So it's going to have an angle and a diameter for the countersink. The tapped hole, you notice we're not switching anything in this vertical column, but in the horizontal row. We click on this, which brings up a new drop down before or below the OK and apply. And the quarter 20 is the designation. So you got to make sure you set the size first, and then you can check the designation. And the last one is the clearance hole. When you open up the menu, you can see the numbers that they tell you to put in for that one. And that is the hole tool. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask.